Happy Halloween, my fellow viewers, and what better way than to release a what if video on the Halloween franchise. If some of you may not know, I'm a big Halloween fan. I like the first four films. I'd argue this is an unpopular opinion, but my favorite film of the franchise is 4. Yes, it is unpopular opinion. Then by 5 and 6, it just got bad. Then we had H2O, great ending, until it was ruined by Resurrection. I hate that film so much. Then we got Rob Zombie's Halloween, which is decently good. I had issues though, but it's good. But I just hate Rob Zombie's Halloween too. Then the franchise got back to normal. The 2018 film, great. Halloween Kills is like a mixed bag. I prefer the extended version more, but then you have Halloween Ends, and it was just terrible. Really bad ending. But we are getting a video game next September, which should be interesting. I might like it. But the 2018 film, of course, went back to Laurie and Michael's story, and it acted as a direct sequel to the original movie. But in my opinion, I felt like the Michael and Laurie storyline has been done to death, and now I think it's time to retire that storyline. But what if instead of being a direct sequel to the 1978 film, it was a direct sequel to Halloween 4, The Curse of Michael... Not The Curse of Michael Myers, that's Halloween 6. The Return of Michael Myers is the 4th film. Let me think. I actually think this could have been possible because after Halloween Ends came out, one film that could possibly happen next would be a direct sequel to Halloween 4 that ignores Halloween 5 and 6. But in this timeline, rather than going back to the 1978 film and ignore all the other films afterwards, the people at Blumhouse would decide to just go back to Halloween 4 and ignore 5 and 6, as well as H2O and Resurrection. Now, how would this work? I'm going to say this. Rather than having the film take place in the present day like the 2018 film, the film would instead take place in 2007. And you'll see why in a moment. I imagine the beginning of the film focusing on a recap of the events of the 4th film, and Michael getting shot down into the well, and him surviving, which does kind of echo Halloween 5's beginning a bit. But when he gets to the hermit's house, instead of being taken care of by the hermit, he kills the hermit, and is there for years. And then we cut to 2007, where the main focus would be on Jamie Lloyd, not Laurie, because in Halloween 4, Laurie died in a car crash. However, Laurie would appear via dreams of Jamie, like, you know, with Halloween H2O, but I ignore Resurrection. I hate it. Or even flashbacks showcasing Jamie's childhood and what her life was like before, you know, her mother died. And we can even see who Jamie's father is. As for who would play Jamie, of course, that would mean bringing back Danielle Harris. That's why I had the film take place in 2007, because Danielle Harris returned to the franchise in Rob Zombie's Halloween in 2007. She was under the care of Dr. Loomis at Smith's Grove Sanitarium after the events of Halloween 4. But, however, Loomis died, and Dr. Sartain would have had to take over his place. However, Sartain is interested in exploiting the evil that Michael has on people and how it could affect them. And so he becomes interested in the Myers legacy, attempting to exploit the evil. Rather than the cult storyline, really? You can't go with the fact that Michael was a stillborn, like in the tie-in comics, and he wasn't meant to live, and he became a vessel for a greater evil, at best. And Michael's goal would not be to kill Jamie in this film. Instead, his goal would be to make Jamie his successor. Because it may have had something to do with Jamie attacking her adopted mother in Halloween 4. Of course, Michael would go to Smith's Grove Sanitarium, try and catch Jamie, make her his successor, but that fails, obviously. I feel like Jamie would escape by taking a car. Same thing with Michael. Because, I mean, he drove a car at Halloween. He won, so it literally makes sense. It does, in fact, call back to the whole, now for God's sake, because he can't drive a car. He was doing that very well last night. Line from the 1978 film. Jamie, of course, would return to Haddonfield and would reunite with Rachel, who is now married to Tommy Doyle and now have a son named Ethan. Ethan has his mother's looks. He looks more like his mother than his father. Because I could imagine Paul Rudd returning to play Tommy, while I could picture someone like Jacob Tremblay as Ethan. Carruthers Doyle. Lindsay Wallace would appear. The kid who bullied Tommy would return Lonnie. And Cameron would be aged down to being Ethan's bully. His dynamic with Ethan would be kind of like, you know, Weasley and Michael in the Rob Zombie film. And you could still have Hawkins, Brackett, and Meeker. Like, Hawkins would still be in it, but there's no Allison, no Karen. Vicky, Allison's best friend, would appear, but she would be Jamie's childhood best friend. Billy from Halloween 5 would appear in this film, and Jeffrey Lamond would return, and he would be one of the kids that knew Jamie at the sanitarium, and their relationship would become a pivotal part in the film. Now, to the kills. Apparently, Michael would kill the guards when trying to catch up with Jamie and getting her. Brackett, Meeker, Lonnie, Richie. Yes, taking elements from the Halloween comics where it connects all the timelines in one. They'd be victims of Michael. Even Sartain when he's trying to exploit Michael. And I could imagine Jamie having been through the same experience Karen has been through. You know, preparing herself for when Michael would return. Maybe not Jamie. No, that would actually be Rachel. Because she knows that if Michael were to return, or even Jamie taking up Michael's place, she'd be ready. And defend her son. And husband. Her family as a whole from them. It would be mentioned that her father died in between Halloween 4 and this film. But rather than being called Halloween, I think I would call this film Halloween Returns, because Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers, Halloween Returns. Sound familiar? Almost. Of course, Jamie would have to make it her mission to protect Rachel's family from Michael. And she would get along with Ethan. Now, during the climax, Michael would be making the same kills. Like, by the climax, it'd be Jamie versus Michael. Rachel doesn't die. Let me make that clear. Rachel wouldn't die. She would nearly die, but she would get her arm cut like Rach. Not Rach. Laurie in the first film. And nearly die, but Jamie would fight back. The final battle would be against Michael and Jamie. Now, if you ask me how do Brackett and Meeker die, I'm going to say Michael would kill Brackett when... Remember the mob mentality from Halloween Kills? Yeah, the police would be like the mob mentality when Michael returns to Haddonfield. However, Michael would kill Meeker, Brackett, and a bunch of the officers, akin to Darth Vader's rampage in Rogue One. And a bit of Michael's rampage on the mob in Halloween Kills. That way, Brackett and Meeker would reunite with their daughters in heaven. And of course, Michael... The way he would kill Lonnie would be... How he killed Weasley in the Rob Zombie film where he beat him to death. He would likely do it in front of Cameron, who he abused, and his wife. And of course, in terms of Michael's mask, it'd be a mix between the Halloween 4 and 2018 mask. Like, I'm ditching the Halloween 5 mask altogether. I hate that mask a lot. I think I would call it the worst of the masks, honestly. I mean, as much as I'm not a fan of the Halloween 4 mask, I would take it any day over the one in Halloween 5. Like, it would look like the 2018 mask will look the same, just with not a lot of rot, but with some old parts to kind of show a mix between the Halloween 4 mask and the 2018 mask. Now back to the final battle. Remember when the house was set on fire? Yeah, apparently the climax would be Jamie eventually getting the upper hand on Michael and killing him. This time for real. Like, I'd say Jamie would shoot Michael off of the balcony in the head. And then Michael would fall to his death, and the knife would stab Michael in the neck, killing him. There. That's it. No resurrection fake out. No revival, like in Halloween 4, or at least comatose state, however you want to put it. No grace to that bullet to the head, like in Zombies Halloween 2. Michael is dead. Permanently dead. Now, I know a lot of you may be asking me, what about the reporters that Michael killed? Yeah, he would still kill them too. But the reporters could be interviewing, Jamie instead of Michael. And not trying to make her speak or anything like that, but still. And of course, I would picture Michael killing Jamie's bullies from the fourth film because I feel like Michael killed a lot of the kids at Myths Grove Sanitarium in the tie-in comics because they bullied him. And killing Jamie's bullies and Lonnie would remind him of the time he killed his bullies at the sanitarium. Because maybe Billy could tell Tommy and Rachel this, or even someone who used to work at the sanitarium and knew about this. I'm not sure. But what about Corey Cunningham, who was introduced in Halloween Ends? He'd be reimagined as a teenage character. He would probably have been one of the bullies that Jamie knew, and Unlike the other bullies Jamie faced in Halloween 4, Michael wouldn't kill him, no. But he'd be left running away. Just to kind of set him up as the next Michael Myers, like what they're trying to do in Halloween Ends. And of course, Cunningham, Corey was interested in the history of Michael and may have wanted to be like him, maybe. But the ending would involve this. After Michael is dead, we cut ahead to November 2007. Jamie, of course, would be thanked by Rachel and Tommy for protecting them, as well as Ethan. Jamie would then walk off. However, there's one thing she has. Michael's mask. What does she do with it? Before she does something with it, she looks at the pictures of all the people she's lost. It's a bittersweet moment, but she would likely reflect back at the Carruthers home, Rachel and her old house. She then finds a trash can, puts Michael's mask in it, and then she and Billy then drive off elsewhere. And then the movie ends on the mask as the Halloween theme plays. That would be what if Halloween 2018 took place after Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers, or what if it was a direct sequel to Halloween 4? I'm going to say this is an unpopular opinion, but I wish the film was like this. A lot of you tend to have that unpopular opinion as well, but I really wish Jamie's storyline got a better conclusion. Like, the conclusion Jamie's storyline had in Halloween 6 was just terrible. Like, I can't believe her storyline ended with her being kidnapped by the Cult of Thorn, getting impregnated by her uncle Michael. No! And giving birth to his child at the age of 15 and then being killed by Michael. Like, that was a really bad ending to her storyline. She really did deserve a better ending. Rachel deserved better as well. They didn't deserve to die like this in Halloween 5 and 6. No, they didn't. Now, should I do like a part 2 which covers Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends? I might do this, but considering what I came up with, it probably may not happen, but it very well could. But who knows? If you guys like the video, I might make a part 2 covering Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. But anyways, happy Halloween.